Hi there, I'm Chris Stokes from Custom Fitness Personal Training Studio, where your health comes first. I have people that come in after months and years of just battling trying to get results. They try one thing, it works for a little while, and then it backslides. Or maybe they've tried everything and nothing's worked. It feels like a huge frustration, and it's an awfully big weight on their shoulders. It leads to things like frustration and depression, anger, resentment, all sorts of things. And it definitely does not lead us any closer to loving ourselves and our bodies, which is a huge thing that we need to start doing. So the question today is, how do you get results? How do we make this happen? Well, I have to preface this first by saying that you have to have something that's going to work for you, right? So you have to understand that not every plan, not every program, not every thing that you hear about that's worked for your friends or your family or your sister or your cousin it's not all going to work for you. Each body, each person is unique. So we need to make sure that we understand that first, because when we do, then we understand that we need something unique to our bodies. And when we find something unique, there's really 3 things that we have to do in order to get those results. And it really may sound super simple, but it's something that a lot of people don't realize. It's something that I see happen time and time again, that people don't do these things, one or more of them, and it just doesn't work. All right, so here's super simple tip number 1. To get results, you have to show up. If you don't show up, it's not going to work, right? So you make all these great plans. You decide today's the day I'm going to make these changes, and you don't show up. You can't start anything if you don't do it. Then maybe you have been showing up for a while. Maybe it's been working, and all of a sudden you stop showing up. It's not going to work, right? So you got to make sure to actually be present in what you're doing, to get there first off, but then to be present in it. And this time of year is really hard for that. We've got the end of school, the start of summer, everybody's going crazy. They all keep thinking, well, whenever summer gets here, we'll calm down and life will be easy. Well, the problem is that summer is one big chaotic weekend. So we have to get it under control like now. We got to learn how to live outside the bubble. We've got to learn how to do this no matter what else is going on in our life that's chaos. We've got to be able to bring it in and focus on ourselves to be able to get this done. So showing up is first. Number 2 is to be consistent with what you're doing. Too often people jump into a new thing and they jump right back out. When people sign up at our studio, we make sure that they're ready to commit to what they're doing. That it's not just, I'll be here for a week and then I'm done. But yet they understand what it is that is going to be required in order to reach the path that they want to reach. So being consistent is huge. If you want results, truthfully, being consistent over time is what's going to give it to you. It's not about changing to the latest and greatest. It's not about cutting calories here and adding this in there and working yourself to death. It's about being consistent with what you're doing day in and day out, being determined to reach your goals rather than motivated. You've probably heard me talk about that before. Motivation is an emotion. Determination is something completely different, right? So motivation comes and goes with our emotions and how we feel that day. But determination comes from the heart. It comes from inside of you to push you forward. So that is our motivation sometimes. All right, so the third one is to give your all. Too often I have people come to workouts who just are not ready to work out that day. They're giving it half their effort, and then I get to step in as their coach and encourage them and motivate them to do better. They may grimace, they may give me faces, they might even call me names, I don't know. But I'm sure that over time they see that I do it because I care, because they've taken their time, they've put their money, their trust, their hope in what we're doing, and I want to make sure that it's going to work. So for those people, I encourage them to step outside of their mundane comfort zone for that moment and to push themselves to their limits, to actually be, like I said earlier, be present in their workouts and be taking a part of that instead of just going through the motions. Because you'll notice that people who go through the motions, they work really hard, but they very rarely get to where they want to go. However, the people who actually attentively participate in their programming that they're doing, whether that's on their own or with someone else, they're the people who get results. They're the ones who are going to move forward. So if you are showing up each day, if you're being consistent with what you're doing, you're being determined to do it, and you're giving your all, just really being a part of what you're doing, it's going to make a huge difference and you're going to get those results. Now, if you are a person who has been struggling with results, I would love to be able to sit down with you and just kind of talk through what we do and how it's different. because you may not get results within 24 hours, but you will start to see them pretty quick. Most of our clients start to see results within the first 2 weeks. They start to feel things changing, they start to see things changing, and they can see that it's a different program style. They can see that it's a different approach completely, and that it's a different type of caring. But people join here and they become family. So we would love for you to come and sit down with us and just talk. No strings attached. See if it's the right fit for you. We'll do a Fit 3D scan and see where you're starting from physically, see if it's healthy to reach those goals that you're talking about, or if we need to kind of modify that a little bit according to where you're starting from, and see what we need to do. We've also got a Clean and Lean program starting up on June 3rd that I would love for you to be a part of. You're going to get those same Fit 3D scans. You're still going to get to sit down and talk with us. We're going to go through nutrition coaching. We're going to go through training. It's going to be a great time. It's a 6-week commitment, and we would love for you to just try us out. So if that's of interest to you, feel free to give us a call, 806-322-3188. Clients in that program who participated before have lost up to 10 pounds or more, lost inches, lost body fat, and really gained some self-confidence, some great self-image in their minds, and they really feel great when they end it. So I would love for you to be a part of that. Feel free to give us a call today or leave us a message in the comments below.